You found us, and now you're listening to Heart of a Volunteer Veterans Podcast, where we have conversations with veterans ranging from our service time, development, family, motivation, and best practices for veterans. Welcome and enjoy the show. All right, everyone. Hey, welcome back for another Veterans Chat episode here on the old podcast. I'm your host, Chris, and we've got a first-time veteran co-host today, Matthew Doc Baumann. I know, folks, I know. For you out there that know Doc, that serve with him, you know that he's got some great stories, and so hopefully today we get a chance to hear one. So without further ado, Matt, my friend, welcome to the show.
Hi, Chris. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, brother. How you doing down there, man? You're down in Austin, right?
Yeah. I've been in Austin for about a little over a year now. It's pretty amazing. It's a great city to live in.
What drew you there, man? What made you decide to move to Austin, Texas?
I mean, my transition story is mine. Everybody has theirs. I don't know. I wasn't comfortable where I was at. I had the opportunity to move here. My kids lived close. Of all the cities I had to pick from, I decided to pick in Austin, and I've been it's been the right choice for me. Like, everybody's really cool here, accepting. Nobody's weird. Nobody's out of place. Like, I don't know. I found a place where I'm not weird. I guess it's like that's how you know you're home. I guess.
Right.
Like, you walk around, and everybody's like, "All right, you're weirder than me. I'm set. Okay,
right.
let's do this."
No, I was stationed at Fort Hood, when I first came in the Army, and I just remember Austin from that time period where it was just wild. You went there for the bars, but when I came back from Bosnia, I got a chance to go to Austin, but I didn't go downtown. I went and did stuff, and really discovered that Austin was a really amazing place. And of course, I went to school, for a year just down the road, and
San Marcos.
Yeah, they're in San Marcos, and got a chance to spend some time in Austin. Just an amazing place, man.
Yeah, it is a beautiful city, and there's stuff going on all the time. The weather's usually always amazing compared to the rest of the country, compared to other places I've lived. So I don't know. I found a little niche. I think this is like my forever home. I'm like almost ready to be put out to pasture here. I'm pretty set.
Hey, so you talk about the weather there. So during February through April, what kind of events are going on there, or any kind of tricks or hacks that you got, that you've kind of been through a year of all this?
I mean, the weather's going to be kind of chilly, but never too bad. But I mean, we have South by Southwest, which is I think the second week of March through the third, and there's a bunch of ways to go to stuff for free. I volunteer to a lot of things, like a local comedy show. I volunteered for ACL last year, which is Austin City Limits. It's a big concert series. It goes on for about a week. They have all sorts of live shows. You volunteer for maybe 4 or 8 hours. You get the entire day free. I volunteer at a local farm and for volunteering, I get I think 6 pounds of fresh veggies. So I don't know. There's a bunch of opportunities around. It's just fun vibes and stuff like that. It's a lot of websites and a lot of links, and I could sit there and tell them to you all right now, but I could probably just send them to you, and you could put them up with the podcast. It'd probably be easier.
Yeah, definitely, man. No, because I think of if you're going to come to Austin, if you're the kind of person that comes to Austin, if you're going to come there for the entire week, why not engage in the culture, and volunteer a little bit, and maybe, like you said, get a free day or 2 or 3 days for your visit, like your concert and your venues for free, or some kind of pass or something like that. You know?
The farm's always there, and the farm always needs help, and there's always plenty of other local opportunities. I don't know. It's whenever I visit a city, the best way to get a feel for it is to just be in it. And the best way to be in it, that volunteer culture, because that's the most organic. That is always most made from the people that are the heart and soul of that city or that town, or just that social cultural environment you get from that city. So it's always nice to be able to tap into that.
Good point, my friend. No, that was a very good point. I really, I never really thought of it that way. That The people that keep it going, even like like the food service industry. Like you go to Vegas, right? You see Vegas, but if you get down into like the people
It's
that work,
Vegas.
like
Everybody sees Vegas when you go to Vegas. I
yeah.
mean, you don't see much.
But the thing
Vegas
is, like
is
if I've got some
it's,
friends that live there, so when I was stationed at NTC, I'd come to Vegas and I'd hang out with them, and it was like a completely different world. You know what I mean?
oh,
But they keep it going, so their culture is different from the culture you see just by going to Vegas. You know,
very much so.
so
Yeah,
well, hey
and
Matt,
but I think
no, go ahead,
fun
man.
part of it.
No, no, go.
No,
My bad.
no, no, definitely. I was definitely I was validating your point and just saying like that's the exact same thing. That's where mine comes from.
Yeah.
Seeing that.
Well, hey man, this is your first time on the show, so just give the listeners that are listening in kind of a little bit of a background, and then we'll keep chatting from there. What do you think?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, everybody has to know like what gives me the right to say what I say, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Where's
Hey,
my opinion from? My opinion's from a Virginia suburb called Annandale. That's where I joined the army.
right.
I did my thing. I was in for a bit. Did like a handful of tours. I think three to Afghanistan, definitely. One to Iraq, which is a little extended and longer, but still just as fun as the other three. So it was a good time, all in all. Like I got a lot out of it. I had a good impact on a lot of soldiers. Myself, I got a lot out of it more than anything else, because I was a shithead before. So that was always cool. And then I don't know. I left the area, and but here I am now, kind of post military, just I guess going on to career two. I'm in school out here and just cooking and having fun. I love cooking. That's a
So,
hint. We're gonna talk about food, guys.
oh, we're gonna talk. Okay, I got
Hint,
you.
hint, hint.
So would you say, Matt? Because I know what you've been through. I've been on your deployments with you. Even my last deployment, you were on my last deployment to Nuristan.
Yeah,
Uh, so
it's
um,
happenstance.
do you use cooking as as kind of a way for you to maintain a steady course in your life? Would you say that?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like we all have that one thing. For me, it was ingrained young and early on. It's always something like it was on the TV. It was on PBS, Jeff Smith's Frugal Gourmet.
Mhm.
So it was always kind of like it was in the background, like nurturing, and that like that one part of my life that was always there. Some people have music, like whatever kind of cultural thing you have, religion or something. It may have some of those things, but for some reason the cooking stuck out.
Right.
And so that was always my guiding thing. So yeah, I mean, and then once it became that staple that was always throughout my life, wherever engaged, it's always my anchor to go back to, where I know I could like find the catharsis
So
to,
you're
like, I don't know,
so you're
handle
like
shit.
you're young and your folks are like letting you cook at the house, letting you help cook meals. Um,
Mm-hmm.
wh- where did this blow? Where did this blow up to like into this passion that you've got for cooking and
Uh,
preparing food?
the creative aspect of it, but ultimately it came down to just like a desire for, I guess, paternal acceptance. My dad like was always at the restaurants and bars, like, and like never around the house. So, but I love to cook, so I was like, how do I engage my cooking into like something significant? So I'd always just I ended up working at the bars that he would drink at, and so it was like the way to engage, or wherever he would be hanging out. So it was like we'd always see each other. So that, and then it just made it such an important part, because then I started getting such satisfaction from it. I think like just I serve food and people smile and happy and they converse and they look forward to it and they say it's great or they say it's shitty, make it better next time, and it's like cool because I learned something. So I love that more than anything else. I'd rather somebody just point out something that I could do better. I mean, don't get me wrong, everyone like the ego wants the yes, 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 but ultimately we do want that honest criticism, and just because we always think we can do better. I
Right.
always tear myself up, but yeah, sorry, I digress.
Hey, so how old were you when you were doing cooking in the restaurants and stuff like that?
I was 16, man. I was a high school sophomore
So did you so
working at, working at a bar, like a full on, like it was a dive bar, man. Like there were pretty much fights every Friday, Saturday night. It was ridiculous.
so you're doing this so you can hang out with your dad, and
Yeah,
at
I
at
mean,
that at that time, man, did you know or think that did you think this was normal, or did you feel like it was unhealthy to like to to have to work at a bar or a restaurant just to be close to your dad.
Nah, I mean, at the time, it's like we what we know is what we're kind of, I guess, around. So I wasn't around a lot of other, uh, you know, paternal situations where everybody's dealing with their father. I mean, a lot of my friends were of like first generation American, so that family dynamic was a lot more different than mine, and a lot of just some cultural differences.
Hmm.
So it wasn't there weren't very many parallels. But honestly, I always thought it was just more than everybody's unique, right? Everybody's story is different. Like mine just happened to be this one, so
Yeah.
it's fine. I thought it was, and honestly, I learned a lot from it, and it helped. It helped more than I think anything hurt.
And I
It
think,
was an awesome skill.
Matt, I think you're absolutely right, man. And, if you listen to Steve Perchek's episode, he talks about, how he was drinking. And it's like, he just goes, it's like, I didn't know. It's like it was, we're from Pittsburgh. We're a steel community. You
Mhm.
work hard all your life, and the beer and the liquor and that chance to just drink is what you've earned. And
Yeah,
the thing is, somebody that from that doesn't drink, their family just doesn't drink. That looks like abnormal, but in the
yeah.
eyes of the people from that culture, from that environment, it's absolutely normal, and it makes them who they are. And I think
I was raised in our culture. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
And so I think we kind of lose that. We lose sight of that sometimes. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what did this lead to, man? In the future,
I
this.
mean, it was young. It was kind of fun to be challenged to do something so difficult so young and try and balance school, which ultimately didn't go great. But whatever, I'm not complaining now because I'm doing amazing. But
Right.
I think it made me test my boundaries. I was not meant to be put in a high volume restaurant like on a Friday, Saturday night, cooking for hundreds of people at like 16. I don't know. And like I was forced to do it. Like I forced myself to get those skills, to get that timing, to calm down, to look at the situation for what it is and start like focusing on prioritizing goals quickly and appraising my situations and excuse me, sorry, hiccups. I don't know, see things in a different light, which helped for my military career more than anything else. Like it helped me God, like attention to detail.
Right.
Like whenever I had to go to NCOES, layouts, air assault school, anything, EFMB, anything that had where I had to like focus on like multiple things, it gave me the skill to like, you know what? Even if I think I'm outside of like my breath or something I couldn't do, I I still do it. I push it, and I'd always, I honestly I didn't fail. Like I succeeded at all the schools I wanted to. I mean, they're military schools, but you still have to like try hard. I'm not trying to like discredit them, like if you're there and you're trying to graduate, you will graduate. They don't want to fail people. Like just push yourselves. I was fortunate for the schools that I went to that, like, and I think it's all from that power from and confidence that I got from just being put in that situation young.
Well, I know the
And then when
kid.
I got having it.
I watch the like the cooking shows every once in a while. Whenever they happen to come on,
Yeah.
and it always seems like it's like a firefight going on back there. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
when you
It could
say,
be stressful.
yeah, so when you say it's like it's like I was thrown into this thing, and I could just I can see that, and then know you, in the combat environment, and see you out there operating, as if it was normal, just another day at the office with all the kind of the chaos. You know what I mean? And
I mean,
feels good, man.
similar parallels, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I was stuck in a situation. I was surrounded by adults. I was 16, surrounded by like a handful of 30, 40-year-old guys. I was like, what the fuck am I doing here? But it's like, all right, I'm gonna learn this. I'm gonna crush it because this is what I want, and I did it. And, yeah. So I mean, it honestly came down to just it gave me the confidence to know that if I want to do it, the only thing stopping me is my choice.
Right.
Well, because I'll always have the time if I want to put it into it. If I don't, that's my choice to not. But it's ultimately my choice and my time. So yeah, it was worth it. I put my time into it. I loved it. Helps me, puts me where I'm at right now. I'm
Yeah.
grateful for it.
Hey, let's take a little break, and let's come back and let's talk about it some more. What do you think?
Sounds perfect.
All right. Hey, let's listen to Just for Today with our very own Richard Rowland. Here we go.
Just for today, let me take a step back from the human race and place my focus solely upon the animal kingdom. Allow me to hold them in hand, feel their energy, warmth, and soak in their peace. Let me learn to rest when tired and eat when hungry. Let me embrace the idea that they just may be old souls with much to teach. Let me be open-minded so that I may learn from their wisdom.
Yeah, I like I like Richard. Richard's good to go. He's on Saga episode 22 is when he came on. Yep.
Yes.
I definitely
Soothing.
get. I tell you what, I definitely get the same feeling from my boxer, right? From old Master Magnus McGillicuddy. He just lays around all day, dude. That's all he does. He just lays around. But every time I walk into the room, I feel compelled to go over and just kind of see what he's doing, and kind of look into his eyes. And and it's just me and him here at the house, so it feels pretty good. You know what I mean? It's calm here, thanks to him. It feels good.
Yeah.
So,
Sounds nice.
So hey, let me ask you this here, man. You're cooking the food, right?
Yeah, I love cooking.
You're not like 300 pounds. You know.
No, I don't.
So
No.
here's the
I'm
thing.
still
You're cook. Are you cooking the food and just tossing it out? Are you cooking and like constantly inviting people over? Are you constantly cooking for
So-
people? And what do you get? And what are
So
what
the-
are you doing with
yeah.
this?
I mean, so like as soon as I'd always cook. Like my last unit, it was 101st, and I'd have people over and I'd cook for the unit and stuff like that. But when I got out, I started cooking a lot more, and then I'd have all these baked goods and items and stuff like that. And I was married at the time. I shared with my wife. But it was like, now what the hell am I gonna do with it? I started taking them with me everywhere I go, start sharing it with them. And that's actually, I started getting like the most extraordinary high from everybody just enjoying my food.
Yeah.
Like it was great. It was like everybody was like, "Oh man, this is good." Even if they like didn't like it, what? Just the feedback. It's like, all right, I'm sharing something, and I'm bringing people together with this random whatever. And I don't know, man. That's what I just like the best part of food for me. Like it's like the cultural boundaries. It doesn't matter where you're from, man. A good dish is a good dish, whether it's like a cookie, a cupcake, a fried chicken sandwich, fucking I don't know, breakfast food. I mean, breakfast food. I mean, there's millions of like foods out there that just brings everybody together culturally. Like, and we've all had it in some way in their own culture. But when like you taste another culture's version of that, it's just like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, food.
So what is your go-to meal, man?
Oh yeah, it's got to be a breakfast food item.
I like breakfast.
It can't be just one thing, because I don't know. I love cooking too many things too much. But if I have to, the closest I can get is a genre. Like it's something that's made for breakfast because you can get my savory and my sweet. Because I have things I want to cook savory and I think things I want to cook sweet. It's just like culinarily, I couldn't do one without the other. So I don't know. They have to have that yin and yang. So
All right, so
breakfast.
so Matt, let me ask you this here. You've got two veterans that listen to your episode, and they reach out to you like, Matt, haven't heard from you in 10 years, man. We're coming to Austin,
Mhm.
and we'll be there tomorrow at like 7:00. Can we come hang out? And you're like, yeah, I'll cook you breakfast. What are you going to cook them? You have unlimited resources. What would you
Oh,
cook
man,
them for breakfast?
It's gonna be chicken and waffles, but because I have unlimited, and just because you said that, I'm gonna have to put a little caviar on the fried chicken because fried
Okay.
chicken and caviar are fucking amazing together. But that's up to the veteran's discretion. But that's my bougie add-on. But it's gonna be chicken and waffles with a sriracha maple syrup, just because that's like one of my favorite breakfast things. And then and the sriracha maple syrup, seriously, just maple syrup and sriracha. It's like 50-50. It's like an even mix. Like so, it's whatever. It's 101. And then
You mix that
scrambled eggs.
You mix
I
that
love making
yourself.
scrambled eggs. Yeah.
I'm gonna have
It's
to
just
try
simple. You
that.
just buy a bottle of maple syrup and sriracha sauce, and it's just. I mean, it depends if you want it hotter or sweeter. You vary, but then the traditional garlic chili sauce that the same company makes, the Hoisin. I'm sorry, Hong. I think something Hong Fei.
Mhm.
I'm so bad at that. I should probably read the fucking label before I start mispronouncing the name of it. But it's a garlic chili sauce made by the same company as sriracha
Mhm.
that works just as good with the maple syrup. And then I don't know, man. I love making eggs, so it's something eggy. Whether it's like I'd make an eggs Benedict as well for the other one.
I like eggs
But I
Benedict.
wouldn't do a Benedict traditional. I would do whatever whatever dough base, whether I'm going to do like an English muffin or just a circular piece of a certain toast bread, and then I'm going to slice tomato, then do the egg, and then 2 slices of bacon, and then with homemade hollandaise.
So hey,
So it's like an egg Benedict,
so
but
what
with tomato and bacon instead of I don't know what they call that.
hey
I think
so
it's
what
something
is
so.
the hey so what is the way that they make eggs Benedict down there in Austin? What's like the kind of the Austin way? Would you say is there a way?
Man, I don't know the Austin way, but anything in Austin, I'm not gonna lie. Everything here is better in a taco farm. I think like as far as being in Texas as long as I have, I've never had tacos like I have here in Austin. So if it has to be, it's an egg Benedict. It's a boiled egg taco then.
Yeah.
Okay, that or a boiled egg or margarita.
Well, here's
Like
you know what here's the
that's
thing
what Austin.
I think that most people don't get about tacos. Even when I was at NTC, man, we cooked all of our food when you're out in the
Yeah,
box, right?
yeah, I know.
But you brought like you might have paper plates in your box, but you typically just came out with your meats, whatever you're going to
Mhm.
cook. You threw it on the grill. Everyone was cooking, and you pulled it off and you put it in a tortilla. You
Yeah,
just folded
because
it.
you don't need.
There's
Yeah,
no trash, and then you're trying to get your food up off the ground, man, because it's like the wind come blowing through, and you bite into your into your steak, and it tastes
yep,
all gritty. You know what I mean?
yep. Oh yeah.
So
I
it's
I
its
don't
own
miss the
plate
box at
when you
all.
eat it.
That's horrible. You guys had a different working out there. Must have been totally different. And I was never stationed. I just had to go through the box on the fucking op four side. It was miserable.
Yeah, totally different world, man. Totally different world.
I was a guest there once. I was a guest at JRTC too. I played op four for JRTC once. That was pretty fun.
Yeah,
It was still
I OC'd at JRTC and then went through it twice. Yeah,
oh god.
NTC. I went through
Yeah.
NTC twice, JRTC twice, and then OC'd at both places. So
Yeah, twice and twice, but then I got to just op four. I wasn't gloried enough to OC. I was a medical Afghani soldier.
yeah,
Just well, I was a medical section sergeant for the unit I was with. But they sent me there as just medical op four. Like okay, cool, whatever that means.
hey, so Matt, getting back to the food, man, because I always,
Sorry.
I did that too. No, let's get back to the food because I want to get to
Yeah.
something that veterans tend to do. They tend to do things in order to, please other people, add value to other people, and they
Yeah.
tend not to look at themselves at their own, what are they getting from it? So through all of this, because I know you, man, and you do your best work when you're looking out for other people. But what is it doing for you, and how's it helping you, keep your feet on the ground and moving forward like you are?
See, and I think you kind of have like the misnomer that a lot of people do, like where what I'm doing is like altruistic, where it's for other people, but it's honestly it's like the most selfish thing out there because I'm doing it for me. I'm totally doing it for me because like every time I bring something out and I share it with somebody, it's like little fuel in my fire. It's like, yes, I'm getting gratification for contributing to somebody's better day, man. So it's like it's really not like what I'm getting out of it. It's like what am I really giving back? I'm getting way more than I'm giving to me. I personally like I feel like I get tons back just from just one person saying, nah, that's not that good. I mean, that's the whole reason I cook and have food around me all the time. It's like everybody's always fucking hungry.
Right.
Everybody's always down for something new.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I mean, unfortunately, it's not as nice and altruistic as you think. I'm doing is horribly selfish. It's all for me, me, me. Everybody can go fuck themselves. I cook for myself. I'm glad I share it with you guys, and you guys approve. But yeah, I do it for me. I do it totally for me. My ego needs it. I don't know. I mean, whatever it takes for me to say that, I guess comfortably. But honestly, it really does make me happy when people enjoy it. And that actually it's kind of helps me get out, like focus on like the bigger picture, because it's really easy to get caught up in your own head. But like when you
Yeah.
start thinking about having that impact, that positive impact on the world around you, and that's always kind of like been like my goal in the world is like to have as big a positive impact as many people as possible. So right now, I'm doing it with food, working with food. I mean, that's not gonna be my forever job, but right now it's always a part of my life. Like I've always done it before the army. I didn't do it really through the army, like professionally, but I did. But then as soon as I got out, right back into it. Yeah,
You know,
food.
Matt. A lot of people say that altruism doesn't exist because you do get payoff. Um, but I think in the sense of what you're saying, I absolutely get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I go back to the ranch. I help my grandpa. I may be helping him out, but he's helping me more than I'm helping him.
Hmm.
And sometimes it's hard for people to get. That just giving of yourself is what you do to better yourself, to give yourself that positive nature in life.
Giving back is just it's stupid. It's so stupid because it's so fucking rewarding and it's so silly like how it is. Like I take my kids like they never were a fan. I took them to do I volunteer for a Christmas to give out presents, and the whole Christmas they're like, "Where's my present? Where's my brother?" But we're just giving out presents to all these kids, and it's
Yeah.
like they would try. They weren't the biggest fan of that because they didn't get anything at the end of the day specifically from that pile. But I wanted them to just see just give fucking back. Just do something for somebody. Just it's easy. It doesn't take much. You just have to be there. You just have to be willing to put the time into it, and it's there. And so I do it with food. I use my food to connect me to people and to give back and make people days better. And I don't know, whenever I finish school, I'll do it with the next part of my life, teaching kids and shit, and give back that way.
What
Have my impact on the.
what restaurant are you working at there in Austin?
Oh, I work for the restaurant's called Dip Dip Dip. It's a Japanese shabu shabu, which is Japanese hot pot.
Hmm.
It's a I guess a tradition a non-traditional stance on it where everybody has their own specific broth bowls, fresh cuts of meat, local sourced organic vegetables. I work in the prep kitchen because the guests do all the cooking at the table, so all I do is like prep all the food for them to cook and stuff like that. And it's
Yeah.
it's nice, it's fun, it's a beautiful decor. It's 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 an experience. You go to dinner, you get like you know that's what I look for dinner is it's like kind of like not the show, but the cultural just experience. Just don't put me in the situation of where I'm at city wise, but put me in the situation of where I'm at for the meal. And they really do that at this place, and it's
Right.
awesome. Uh,
The the,
I
ambi-
went to
the
the interview. I
ambiance
was like,
fits the
work there.
the
Oh, it's
ambiance
beautiful.
fits the food.
Oh, it's exquisite. The people that design it, it is so beautiful in there. It's quaint. It's intimate. It's small little two people tables. I mean, you're gonna see the people around you, but it's in and it's they just give you like a really brief instruction on, hey, this is what to expect. This is how to cook your food. Bye, and they walk away, and it's just you, and it's fun. It's really fun. You're gonna be engaged. Bring your forearm strength. I'm just kidding. I mean, because chopsticks for a while. Some people have a hard time. But whatever, man. They have tongs. They have forks. It's it's worth trying. Definitely come to Austin and check it out. Dip, dip, dip,
And that's dip, dip, dip.
dip, dip, dip. Exactly. Because when you take your meat, you dip it in the broth like three times back and forth. Shabu shabu or dip, dip, dip. And then you have your three sauces to dip it in, whether it's sesame sauce, ponzu, and then your rice or whatever to eat it off of. I don't know. There's a lot of interpretations of what the name means.
Yeah.
So.
No, I like that, man. I've been eating at this place called Bubba Fusion, and they've got
Mm.
this thing called and I get the 3 bowl tofu, and it's amazing. It comes in a
What
pot.
what are the food bowls?
It's like some kind of stone pot. It's sitting there. The tofu and the juices and the vegetables are
Nice.
all like boiling when they bring it to my
Ooh,
table.
nice. That
You
sounds
know,
delicious.
rice, and then it comes with some vegetables, and then I always get like the miso soup. So
Yeah, miso. You can never go wrong with miso.
yeah,
Miso is great.
it's good stuff.
No, no. Yeah, I rolled sushi for a little bit in my travels,
Really.
culinarily, in my life. Yeah, yeah. I rolled sushi for a year.
And so you can now. Here's the thing: you don't lose these skills, right? You can roll sushi on a, somebody's like, hey, make me sushi out of that. You can do that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I just gotta. I mean, if I don't have a mat, I can just use like I don't know some plastic wrap and I don't know a paper towel or just something to help me
that's
maintain the shape that I need. But it's not like
that's gangster,
unheard of.
bro. That's gangster.
No, it's stoner creativity, man. We were like 13, 14. We're making bongs out of fucking Coke bottles and pens and aluminum foil. It's no more creative than that. This is just dumb shit we do.
That's
It's
good fun.
MacGyver and his kind of.
MacGyver, man. It's a great show.
Yeah, yeah, it was. It's classic, cultural icon. Taught me everything I know.
Hey, so
Swiss duct tape.
so
Sorry.
besides your restaurant, man, if somebody was gonna
Yeah.
come there and they wanted to eat something, I don't even know what does it mean when there's $2 signs next to like somebody's review? That means that's like one step up from McDonald's, right? Is that what that means? It's
I
like
don't know. I mean,
$20, like a $20 meal, $25 meal,
no,
or is it means more
probably
than that?
15-ish. I'd say like 15-ish. I mean,
Okay.
for Austin, if I see $2 signs, I probably wouldn't expect to spend more than like 15, maybe 20 for like steak and stuff. But I mean, I'm not going to probably a $2 sign steakhouse personally. I'm not eating a lot of steak in my life, period. So,
Where would you send somebody if it wasn't to the dip 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 and they wanted to
oh,
go and get maybe they wanted to get some authentic Tex-Mex there in Austin? Where would you send them to?
fuck.
Would you send them
I'm
to a
not gonna-
restaurant, or would you send them to a
Damn.
food truck?
Always trucks, but for Tex-Mex, wow, that's a dynamic. There's like shit. There's so many that I don't eat enough of it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty easy when it comes to like breakfast tacos and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And ultimately, I work at a Tex-Mex restaurant, which is Papacitos, as well as the Dip Dip Dip. I work at Papacitos. I do their catering, grilling, and stuff. But um, I don't know which one I could say is the best and which one I'd recommend. It's oh fuck.
What about
That's
what
a
about
tough question.
what about ambiance?
Oh shit. Um, there's like I would just say I don't want to recommend six for food, but there's I'm just gonna recommend my restaurants. Yo, go to Domo. It's on 7. It's on 6. It's on West 6th.
And what's it called?
It Domo Ali Gato DOMO Ali ALLEY Gato GATO. It's a little like Japanese beer bistro, but they have like curry and tacos and hot dogs and stuff like that.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Domo
but I mean,
Arigato, right?
yeah, definitely.
Domo.
But as far as man Tex-Mex, I don't know which one I'd fucking recommend for Tex-Mex. Hold on, I need to phone a friend. What the fuck would you recommend for Tex-Mex? Yeah. I'm phoning a friend.
Phoning a friend.
La Taqueria. Which one? Taqueria Arendinas.
Where's that at?
Arendinas. It's off I-35. What day is it? Is it? It's on Riverside.
Cool.
It's in town. It's by University of Texas.
So hey, so have you taken your did you keep your surfboard, man, from the island?
South of Texas. Sorry, Riverside is south. Sorry, I was thinking of Red River.
Hey Matt, have you taken your surfing skills over there to the wave pool thing, the wave maker?
No. I have not been in any a beach environment since I left the island. Really.
Have you gone over there to that wave pool they've got?
Here?
Yeah.
Oh, in Austin?
They've got this huge pool, man, and they've got an anchor that's like it's down inside the water, and it's got a chain that pulls the anchor forward, and when it does, it creates this massive wave, and you can go out there and surf it.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah,
Not gonna lie.
It's almost like have you seen people surf the Gulf when
Yeah,
the tankers come in? It's kind of the same thing. They
I've seen
ride.
people surf the Amazon.
Yeah, they just ride a
I've seen
single wave. It's like, yeah, it's right there in Austin, man.
no shit. No,
Yeah,
never. Not once.
yeah, yeah. You should check that
No.
out, man. Check that out.
Unfortunately, I'm nose deep in school, which is it definitely gets the blinders on me. I miss out on a lot of things. I know which things I have time for to volunteer for because I make those priorities just because it's like a personal rewarding thing. But
Yeah,
like, unfortunately, it sounds like I'm missing out on some like pretty significant aquatic adventures.
yeah. I want to get down there and give that a try just because it seems pretty novel. You know, to
Yeah,
me,
yeah, definitely. I surf a bit.
there's a few
My
of them
balance is
around the
there.
country. Um, so yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I need that link. It has to happen.
Hey, Matt, I am going to. I started something new. When the co-host, when we end the show, the co-host gets the last word. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to thank you for coming on. I'm going to thank you for going through the life that you did because had you not, I don't know if you'd be that cool because you're pretty damn cool.
I mean, sure.
And yeah, man, thanks for coming on the show. It's been great talking to you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And
I don't know. Nobody's ever asked me to talk and record it before, so it's a fun opportunity.
yeah.
Maybe somebody will still hear what the fuck I say.
Well, hey, whatever you want to say to all the listeners before we go, leave them with a piece of advice or whatever. The show is yours, and when you're done, the show will be over.
Shit, no pressure. I don't know. Everybody's separation story is their own, man. I learned to stay goal oriented and focus on the good things. Don't get bogged down. Life's long, man. Just wait till you find your niche. I had to travel around to find mine, and I'm grateful for it. And you know, don't be afraid to reach out and get help. That was the biggest thing. Is I just sucked it up and just whenever I had an issue, closed mouths don't get fed. Don't get fed, and I'm, I want to be hungry, because I want to get fed. I want to make sure I'm taken care of. So, yeah, don't be scared to ask for help. I think those are the hardest things we have to learn. After that, it's easy, because if we can do the shit we did before, it's just as easy now. So, Chris, thanks for having me. Everybody, I guess, thanks for listening. Keep coming back.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon.
Copyright Heart of a Volunteer 2020.